Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today we're diving into something that's probably been at more parties, celebrations, and get-togethers than any of us. Heineken. You know that iconic green bottle with the red star? There's way more to this beer than meets the eye. We're talking about a brand that went from a single brewery in Amsterdam to becoming one of the most recognized beers on the planet. So grab a cold one. Doesn't have to be Heineken, I won't judge. And let's get into it. Let's rewind to 1864. Amsterdam. A 22-year-old guy named Gerard Adrian Heineken bought a brewery called De Hooiberg, which literally means the haystack. Now, Gerard wasn't some master brewer. He was actually a businessman who saw an opportunity. Back then, beer in the Netherlands wasn't exactly amazing. Most of it was inconsistent, sometimes questionable quality. Gerard had a vision: create a premium beer with consistent quality that people could trust every single time. And here's what I love about this: he didn't just wing it. He hired a former student of Louis Pasteur, the legendary scientist who revolutionized our understanding of fermentation. This guy, Dr. Elian, developed the Heineken A yeast in 1886, and get this, they still use that same yeast strain today. We're talking about a 138-year-old recipe that's been kept alive this entire time. That's commitment to consistency, right there. Now let's talk about what made Heineken really stand out: innovation. First up, that green bottle. You might think it's just branding, but there's actually a reason behind it. In the early days, green glass was seen as premium. It helped protect the beer from light damage better than clear glass, and it gave Heineken this distinctive shelf presence. Walk into any store, anywhere in the world, and you can spot a Heineken from across the room. Then there's the red star. 5 points. People have theories about what it means. Some say it represents the 5 ingredients in beer. Others think it's about brewing excellence. Heineken keeps it mysterious, and honestly, that mystery is part of the appeal. But here's where it gets really interesting. Heineken was one of the first breweries to think globally. While other beer companies were happy dominating their home markets, Heineken started exporting to the United States as early as 1933, right after Prohibition ended. Perfect timing, right? Americans were thirsty for quality beer, and Heineken was there. By the 1970s and 80s, Heineken became synonymous with imported beer in the US. It wasn't just beer, it was sophistication in a bottle. Let's be real, part of Heineken's success isn't just the beer itself, it's the marketing, and they've been absolutely brilliant at it. Think about their sponsorships: Champions League football, Formula One, Rugby World Cup, James Bond films. They don't just sponsor events, they sponsor experiences, moments that bring people together. That's the Heineken brand: social, premium, international. Remember their Open Your World campaign? The one where they put people with completely opposite views together to have a beer and a conversation? That was powerful stuff. It wasn't just selling beer, it was selling the idea that beer brings people together, breaks down barriers, creates understanding. Or their campaign about responsible drinking: moderate drinkers wanted. How many beer companies actively tell you not to drink too much? It's counterintuitive, but it builds trust and shows they care about more than just sales. And let's not forget the Heineken experience in Amsterdam. The old brewery turned into this incredible interactive museum. I've been there, and it's not just a museum, it's a full sensory experience. It's tourism meets brand building, and it's genius. Here's something that blows my mind. Heineken isn't just Heineken. The Heineken company owns over 300 beer brands worldwide. We're talking about Amstel, Desperados, Sol, Tiger, Birra Moretti, and dozens more. They operate in more than 190 countries. Let that sink in. There are 195 countries in the world, and Heineken is in almost all of them. You could literally travel around the entire planet and find Heineken everywhere you go. But here's what's smart about their strategy. They don't just push Heineken everywhere, they acquire local brands and keep them local. They understand that while Heineken is their global flagship, people also want their regional favorites. So in Italy, they push Birra Moretti. In Mexico, it's Tecate and Dos Equis. In Southeast Asia, Tiger Beer. They've mastered this balance between being a global giant and respecting local tastes. That's not easy to do. And it's a big reason why they've been so successful for so long. And sustainability, they're investing heavily in it. Carbon-neutral breweries, sustainable barley farming, water conservation. When you're as big as Heineken, you can't ignore your environmental impact. And to their credit, they're actually doing something about it. Alright, let's talk about the actual beer for a minute. Heineken is a pale lager, crisp, slightly bitter, with that characteristic hoppy taste. It's 5% ABV in most markets, though this varies by country due to local regulations. It's not a craft beer with crazy flavor profiles. It's not trying to be. What Heineken offers is consistency. Whether you're drinking it in Tokyo, New York, Amsterdam, or Johannesburg, it tastes the same. That's actually incredibly difficult to achieve, and it's a huge part of why people trust the brand. Some beer snobs will dismiss it as basic or corporate beer. And sure, if you're deep into IPAs and Belgian triples, Heineken might not excite you. But you know what? Not everything needs to be complicated. Sometimes you just want a clean, refreshing beer that you know will taste good, and Heineken delivers that every single time. Plus, there's something to be said for the social aspect. Heineken isn't really about sitting alone contemplating flavor notes. It's about being with friends, celebrating, connecting. The beer is the medium, not the message. Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Heineken faces real challenges. The craft beer movement has changed the game. Younger drinkers want variety, local flavors, unique experiences. The loyalty that older generations had to big brands, that's not as strong anymore. There's also the health and wellness trend. People are drinking less alcohol overall, and when they do drink, they're being more selective. Hard seltzers, low-calorie options, non-alcoholic alternatives, these are all eating into traditional beer sales. And competition? It's fierce. You got AB InBev with Budweiser, Corona, Stella Artois. You got Carlsberg. You've got thousands of craft breweries worldwide, each fighting for shelf space and tap handles. But here's the thing, Heineken has survived and thrived for 160 years by adapting. They launched Heineken 0.0, their non-alcoholic beer, and it's been hugely successful. They're investing in sustainable practices that resonate with younger consumers. They're constantly evolving their marketing to stay relevant. A company doesn't become a global icon by standing still, and Heineken shows no signs of slowing down. Let's zoom out for a second and think about Heineken's cultural impact. This is a beer that's been part of major historical moments. It was there when the Berlin Wall fell. It's in movies, TV shows, music videos. It's been referenced in countless songs. James Bond has ordered it. It's appeared in everything from The Departed to Skyfall. Heineken has become more than a product. It's a cultural symbol. It represents cosmopolitanism, celebration, shared experiences across cultures. Think about how many first dates happened over Heinekens, how many business deals were sealed, how many friendships were formed, how many celebrations were toasted. The green bottle has been there for millions of moments, big and small, all over the world. That's pretty remarkable when you think about it. A beer from a small brewery in Amsterdam in the 1860s became a global phenomenon that's part of the fabric of modern social life. Whether you love it, hate it, or are indifferent, you can't deny the impact. So there you have it, the story of Heineken. From Gerard's vision in 1864 to a global empire today. A tale of innovation, smart marketing, global expansion, and staying relevant for over 160 years. What's your take on Heineken? Are you a fan, or do you prefer something else? Have you tried it in different countries and noticed any differences? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We dive deep into brands, products, and the stories behind them every week. Next week, we're looking at another iconic brand that changed its industry forever, so you won't want to miss that. If there's a brand you want us to cover, drop a comment and let us know. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, cheers. And whether it's Heineken or something else, drink responsibly and enjoy every moment. See you in the next one.